Peace. Welcome back to Key2 Wellness. This week's video is entitled, Am I Sick or Well? A simple test that tells. Many of you have heard the term pH, which stands for potential for hydrogen. It is a measure of the alkalinity or acidity of a solution. Urine pH levels are like highway signs on the road to health. It gives you a reading of the body's mineral status. Alkalinity signals good health, while acidity signals sickness. pH levels can be measured by getting a roll of pH paper and passing a strip of it through your first morning urine. The first urine pH of the morning tells you how your body handled the food you ate yesterday. It tells you if your body held its alkaline advantage or if it slipped too far to the acidic side. Now let's look at the enclosed chart, which is scaled from 5.5 to 8.0. 5.5 being acidic and 8.0 being alkaline. The ideal range that we want to get into is between 6.4 and 7.0, which is here in this green zone. It is very common to get a first reading of 5.5 because foods in 3 of the 4 food groups are acid producers. So here are the 4 food groups. Meat is very acidic. Grains are acidic, dairy is acidic, and fruit and vegetables are alkaline due to their higher mineral content. But what about the acid in fruit? If you put a piece of pH paper in the juice of a lemon, a grapefruit, an orange, or even an apple, you will get an acid reading, yet most fruit do not add to the acid level of the body. Prunes, plums, and cranberries are an exception to this. They go in acid and they come out acid. Acid from acidic foods can be eliminated through the kidneys and bowels, but it must first be neutralized. Those who sometimes have pain or burning when they urinate are most likely experiencing the symptoms of a system being abused beyond its coping limits. Again, your first pH reading will most likely be acidic, probably a reading of around 5.5. However, if your first reading is 8.0 or in the alkaline zone and your diet has not consisted of mostly alkaline foods over a period of time to supply your mineral reserve, that means that your body is using an emergency backup system and is making ammonia to buffer the acid. This needs immediate attention. An acidic body is the breeding ground for every disease known to man. The more acidic a cell becomes, the more impaired its function is. At very high acidic levels, the cell will die. The body cannot make minerals. They must come from an outside source. The first line of defense against the damaging effects of dietary acid is the body's mineral reserve. If even a little bit of it is used each day and you don't put something back into it, eventually it will be depleted. The principal minerals that are in the reserve, which is stored in the body's soft tissue, are sodium, calcium, potassium, and magnesium. Keep in mind that table salt is not organic sodium. Organic sodium is found in fruit and vegetables, and it is essential to the body, while inorganic sodium, such as processed table salt, impairs or disrupts the normal body's physiology. When you run out of organic sodium, the next best mineral to do the buffering is organic calcium. Here is where we can really get into trouble, because if the calcium is also not present, the body will pull the mineral from the bones in order to buffer the acid. Additional calcium is not what we need to ward off osteoporosis. It is the amount of acid that your body is neutralizing that is a determining factor. So how do we step up to achieve better health and help our bodies to be alkaline? In some cases, we may need to supplement coral minerals to speed up the alkalizing process. Otherwise, the first step is to increase our vegetable intake. Step number 2, reduce protein consumption. Eat smaller portions of beef, poultry, or fish as you continue to add lightly cooked vegetables to your diet. The third step is to include at least 1 serving of raw vegetables or fruit every day. Step 4, reduce your intake of salt, coffee, tea, sodas, and processed foods. A word to the wise, the phosphoric acid in a soda has a pH reading of 2.6. That type of acid should only run batteries, not bodies. You may also have been told that you should not fast when you're sick. Sick means acidic. The various cleanses that we do, including fasting, release a lot of toxins into the bloodstream. Many of the toxins are acidic in nature. The key is to not put too much stress on the body at one time and overwhelm it with toxic waste. This completely devastates the body. If we get the pH in normal range, which is between 6.4 and 7.0 prior to fasting, then we will be rewarded with all of the physical and spiritual wonderful benefits that come from fasting. So our diets, other than on special occasions, should consist of a combination of 45% lightly cooked vegetables, 30% raw fruit and vegetables, 25% grains, nuts, seeds, dairy, meat, poultry, or fish. How your body responds is the best indication of how fast you can improve your diet. Do not change your diet too quickly. As you increase your mineral intake, the pH will begin to increase. Each tenth of a move in the pH results in a tenfold increase in tissue oxygen in the body. By the way, chapped lips, whether summer or winter, is an indicator of low minerals. So family, let's go to work on getting that pH into ideal range, which again is between 6.4 and 7.0, so we can all be well. Until next meeting, health is wealth. Peace.